Hello, today we're going to be talking about a collection of 3 games for the Switch. This was published by Super Whale Games on physical media, released by them on physical media. Now, this is a collection of one company's games, which actually have, going through the catalog, I've seen several limited print companies have made physical versions of several of their games spread out, so they haven't really stuck with one single company, which is a little interesting. So, in this title, you get a twin-stick rogue shooter, a point-and-click game, and a store simulator game. Personally, I liked Cardboard Kings the most out of the 3. Whispering Willows was kind of just more of a modern point-and-click game. Nothing really much to say, in my opinion. Story was okay, it functioned, didn't run into any bugs or anything. Don't really have anything to comment really positive or negative. It's kind of a neutral on that. It's a point-and-click game. It's interesting gimmick really is that you can get out of your body as a spirit and interact with puzzles. I wouldn't say the most amazing, unique thing. I'm sure there's several games that people could literally dig up that have similar concepts of leaving your body and possessing things. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily a unique thing to the game, but again, it's all functional in that. I didn't really hate it. The only real bad criticism I would say is way too much of the plot is in notes. Like 90% of the plot is in fucking notes. And it would have been a little bit more appreciative to have, I don't know, some more interesting scenes about, like, the story aspects of it. But other than that, it was okay. It's a daughter looking for their father or that, so it's alright. Cardboard Kings is a card simulating store. You want a card store. You can even play the card game too in that. Now this game features, while this is my favorite out of these 3 games, honestly, I feel like it also is the most flawed because there's 2 things I really have against it as a player and questionable designness. And then there's one really bad bug in here that doesn't hinder your progression, but you'll lose some progression if it happens. So, one of the things I really feel like this game missed out is being able to, like, expand your shop. You only have a few spots to put cards out, and it feels really bizarre after a while to not have, like, options to increase how many cards you can put out for sale and stuff. I mean, like, you're running a store and you're just selling literally, like, a handful of cards at one time. It's like this is my cards I drew out of my deck and that's all I'm selling today. Like, it just feels really odd to me, honestly. The story is the other lackluster thing in the game. Like, the story isn't necessarily horrible, it's just the way that ends is, because it ends on a cliffhanger, like it's leading into something, but if you like keep playing and you're like, well, nothing else is happening with the story, you'll and you look into it, you actually find out that's it. That's the end. There's nothing more of it. It ends. And you can just keep running the store for the rest of Eternia. And I mean, I do enjoy running the store and stuff. I liked the game. It just feels like a shame that they didn't really involve it much. Now, apparently the Card Island thing, where you can actually play the card game, was something they added into the game as an update down the road. So it wasn't in the original game. So they didn't actually have a proper rule set on how the game worked until that. But you can go to Card Island and actually play the game and win whale cards from that. Overall, though, I liked the game altogether. Now, the bug thing, so you order cards, obviously, because you want a shop, so you gotta get the cards somewhere, other than just trading them with random people who come in, which you do get to do that, too. But when you order stuff, the mailman will come in the next day and deliver you your stuff. When you opening it up, sometimes there's a chance you'll get stuck on that screen and you will have to back out. Now, the game autosaves at the end of a day, so that means that when you reload, you'll just be at the start of the day. Luckily, the mailman comes in at the beginning of the day, so not really a lot of loss, though. Now, what can be really annoying is the booster draft event, which triggers a similar thing where you open boosters, which are a part of the mail opening process when you whip open letters and open those boosters. The same thing can happen on the booster draft where you can get stuck on the screen and can't get out of it. And booster draft events happen at the end of the day. So if you get stuck there, you have to restart the whole day, and like stuff like the news and the people that come in change. So if you had like a really good day selling shit, you might lose that. And that's annoying, but it is what it is. And apparently that bug exists on the PC version too, which is a shame. It's also odd because that's the most expensive game out of these three on PC. Now, World Contours is oddly enough free on PC. So World Contours Zero Remix is a free game on PC. It costs some money on Switch. And it is at least with the characters that have guns or when they're wielding guns, it is a twin stick shooter style control scheme. One analog stick controls where you're aiming, the other controls your movement, and hit a trigger button to shoot. Now, World Contours has two main goals: finding relics and beat the big bad. It does also have some other modes like endless and a daily seed, where if you connect online, you can challenge other people's scores to do that daily. But you can still play the daily offline without the need to update or play online. It'll just tell you you're not connected and you can cancel out of it after you do your daily and that. But World Contours' progression is really controlled by unlocking shortcuts and the relics you find. Each relic item is broke up into 3 parts, and you can either find them or buy them from the shopkeep as you progress through the game. And once you complete a relic, that relic grants you special powers like increased health, regenerative ammo, things like that, which can make the game easier. And those 3 difficulties, definitely recommended to walk relics when you play the harder difficulties. You can unlock additional characters that have other play styles on top of all the normal stuff of the guns and things you can get in the game. There isn't a huge variety of guns unless you play like the Storm Endless mode stuff, which gives you more access to some of the more wacky things in the game. But those are more like side modes. And this game is 2-player, though I played it in 1-player mode. It is 2-player, so if you have a friend, relative, loved one, you can have them hop in and go among the challenges together. Now, this collection, if you want this physical version, one's about $20 to $30, depending on the condition and so on stuff you want. Not too bad for 3 games, to be honest, even though one of them's free on PC. And these are all available on GOG, by the way, too. So if you ever see them on sales and that, you can always do that as an option, too. But if you're wanting the Switch version, that's not a bad price, $20, $30. I could say that's alright to go for, in my opinion. Like I said, the worst problem I had was in Cardboard Kingdoms, where the mailman stuff can mess up, but it is completely workaroundable. You can deal with that. So overall, you can play all 3 of these offline without need of the internet, so they are all functioning and preservable. And those are my thoughts on the 3 titles of this little collection. Now, I'm doing something a little different review-wise. This is to basically get this done a little faster with less editing. I did mention in a few videos that I've been getting a little disheartened putting a lot of more time in editing lately. So I'm going to try a little bit more of a, how should I say, a little bit more of a streamlined kind of system with less editing in it and see how that goes for a bit. So hopefully you don't mind, or if Bell, you might like it, I'm not sure. I do know I'm known to wamble as I wamble, Anyway, peace out. Thank you. If you feel like you learned any interesting titles or things about these games, feel free to leave a like. And if you feel like you learned nothing, feel free to leave a dislike guilt-free. And I'll see you next time somewhere out there in the proving grounds.